get down to the business, the calculation business now. Guys, I want you to tell me, what is it? Now we win by 2 goals, 3 goals. We pray that, I want you guys to let me into it. Yeah. I mean, many people are also asking. So take it over, guys.
So this is it, Atsu. So listen, I wasn't even going to do this, but like you said, the sheer number of requests, and just before we came on air, I got a phone call from my very good friend, teacher, senior, and boss, Dr. Sheikh Mustafa Hamid.
Great.
His question was, my brother, what is the permutation? Are we qualifying?
Charlie.
I said, I'm going, you know what? Then it's important to do this. So, big shout out to Sheikh Mustafa Hamid. Calm down, all right? So, listen, before we go on, you need to understand that at this AFCON, there are 6 groups. Let's get to the basics.
Yeah.
The next stage of the competition will have 16 teams. Now, the 6 groups have 4 teams each. In order to get the 16 teams, CAF says each group, the top 2 will automatically qualify. So 2 times 6 will give us 12.
Yeah.
Now, we need 4 more teams to make it 16. Those 4 teams will be the 3rd place teams from 4 of the groups. And to select that, they will look at points. Then they will look at goal difference. Yeah. Then they will look at goals scored. Then they will rank all the 3rd place teams in the groups, and then they'll take the top 4. So in other words, only 2 groups where the 3rd place teams won't qualify to the next stage. As things stand right now, we will show you the ranking of the top
the 3rd place teams.
The top 3rd place teams. Okay, and we'll take you to each group. And then tell you how it could potentially...
Yeah.
Yes. So in Group A, for example, Equatorial Guinea, 4 points. Nigeria have 4 points. Now, when they play their third matches, Cote d'Ivoire will play Equatorial Guinea. Okay. I think Cote d'Ivoire will win. If Cote d'Ivoire win, they will get 6 points. Nigeria will play Guinea-Bissau, the whipping boys of the group. I think Nigeria will win. If that happens, Nigeria will top the group with 7 points. Cote d'Ivoire will finish in 2nd place with 6 points. And I think Equatorial Guinea already with 4 points, I think they will qualify. They will finish 3rd, obviously, with 4 points. Guaranteed, even if they lose to Cote d'Ivoire. Okay. Now,
there is also another scenario where
yes,
Equatorial Guinea match up to their AFCON record of qualifying out of every single group stage automatically. And by beating Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
In that scenario,
or even a draw.
Yes. If they get a win against Ivory Coast, it means automatically Ivory Coast will be waiting for after the calculations.
So it means that Cote d'Ivoire will finish with 3 points.
With 3 points.
And that makes their
situation
precarious.
A draw would mean that Equatorial Guinea, Nigeria qualify automatically. Cote d'Ivoire now have to play the waiting game as one of the best 3rd place teams.
With 4 points.
With 4 points.
That is key. With 4 points. It means that, so what it means is that in either scenario, the 3rd place team here could have 4 points. All right? Yeah. Now, if you move it on to Group B, let's see Group B as well and see how
Group
B has Cape Verde.
Yes. And we'll see where the potential 4th place team or the 3rd place team will finish. Because the key here is how many points does the 3rd place team get? Yes. That is the key. All right? So in this group, now, the scenario everybody is expecting is that Egypt will beat Cape Verde. That would take Egypt to 5 points. Cape Verde have topped the group automatically. Nobody can catch them. They have 6 points. If Egypt beat them, Egypt will get up to 5 points, which means that Egypt will finish 2nd. Ghana plays Mozambique. If Ghana wins, Ghana will get up to 4 points. So already, we have a situation where in Group A, a team will finish with 4 points. Let's say Equatorial Guinea, all things being equal. In Group B, Ghana could finish with 4 points if, for example, all things play out the way we expected. Now, remember that if Egypt failed to beat Cape Verde and Ghana win against Mozambique, Ghana would actually finish in 2nd place.
With 4 points.
With 4 points. Yeah. And there will be no need to do any kinds of calculation. Yeah. So the assumption is that Egypt will beat Cape Verde. But people have to remember there could be a scenario where Egypt don't beat Cape Verde. And in that scenario, A win for the Black Stars would actually take them second, and they wouldn't need the third place.
And that will calm the storm. Because
Exactly.
And
it's
more to the
tough
point,
at this time.
in the history of the AFCON, ever since we started the second or the of deck of the best third place teams qualifying, no team has failed to qualify with 4 points.
Exactly.
In fact, if you drop the bar lower, 5 teams have qualified with 3 points.
Exactly. And in the last AFCON, Ghana could have qualified with 2 points, and we didn't. So
Against Comoros.
now this is Group C,
The defending champions.
the defending champions.
They are
so
through.
in Group C,
Yeah.
Senegal are already through with their 6 points. Their next game is against Guinea, who have 4 points. If Senegal wins, which is expected, then Senegal will go to maximum 9 points. Guinea will remain on 4 points. Cameroon are expected to beat Gambia. So if they win, they will get 4 points as well. So it means that in Group C, you also have a third place team potentially finishing with
4 points.
4 points. So now in Group A, there is that potential of a team finishing in third with 4. In Group B, Ghana potentially could finish with 4. In Group C, Ghana potentially could finish with 4. So already, what it means is that is 3 places
Already taken.
Already taken.
already taken. That is with Ghana included. Yeah. That is with Ghana included.
Yeah.
And Group D is where we are now.
Yeah.
Group D has Angola, who have 4 points. Burkina Faso have 4 points as well. Algeria have 2, and Tanzania have 0. Now, Algeria's next game is against, in fact, Algeria
will play
are
Mauritania.
playing against Mauritania,
Mauritania.
not Tanzania, Mauritania.
Yeah.
The expectation is that Algeria will beat Mauritania, which means that Algeria will go up to 5 points. Now, Angola will clash against Burkina Faso. The expectation, even if the two of them draw, both will be on 5 points. Algeria win 5 points, which means that in this group, all 3 teams could finish with 5 points. Which means that a team from this group would definitely qualify.
And that also then will give a disadvantage to all the third place teams who have finished with 4 points.
Exactly.
Yes. Very
So,
well.
which means that in Group D, it's much more straightforward for most of the teams here, unless, of course, one of these teams win. If Burkina Faso were to beat Angola, they would go up to 7 points. Angola will remain on 4. Algeria's victory will take them to 5. So Angola will finish third with 4 points. So let's even say that is the scenario. Then that is another third place team with 4
points.
So that is 4 groups with third place teams with 4 points.
And possibly with a superior goal difference to Ghana.
Yes. Now, Group E, for example, is where it gets tricky. And that's where I think it is actually very straightforward, because I don't think any team here would actually finish 4th with 4 points. Okay. Mali, their next game is against Namibia. Okay. And South Africa play Tunisia. My expectation is that Tunisia would actually beat South Africa. Okay, which would take Tunisia to 4 points and they would qualify. And Mali would automatically beat Namibia in this case, and that would take Mali to 7 points. South Africa will finish third with 3 points, and I don't think that they will make it to the next round.
But there is also a scenario where Namibia get the better of Mali and go to 6 points.
Okay.
Tunisia beats South Africa. That means you've got Tunisia on 4 points, Mali on 4 points, sharing second and third places. But on top of that group will be Namibia with 6 points.
There is that.
That would
That is the
mean-
unlikely scenario.
That would mean, but after what Namibia showed against Tunisia, you really can't discount them
Very well.
against Mali.
There is that.
Very well.
Yeah.
And then the final group, Group F, it's where Morocco are. Morocco are currently top with 4 points. DR Congo have 2, Zambia have 2, and Tanzania have 1. Morocco's last game is against Zambia.
Yeah.
Okay, Morocco will beat Zambia. All right. DR Congo's last games against Tanzania, DR Congo will win. So in this group, I actually don't think there is a team here that will finish with 4 points in third place, or even with 3 points.
Yeah.
Because I think this is probably the more straightforward group.
Yeah.
Because Morocco will account for Zambia, DR Congo will account for Tanzania. That would mean Morocco finishes 7 points. Now this, after 2 matches,
This was how I was
this is
looking.
the ranking of the third place teams. And Ghana is currently ranked outside the top 4. So if the group stages were only 2 matches and they were taking third place teams, Ghana would not qualify.
Ah,
Because
wow.
the top 4 third place teams at the moment, after 2 match days, are Cote d'Ivoire, Namibia, Algeria, and Zambia.
But what's also important is that we try to clear this goal deficit here.
We have a goal difference of -1.
-1. And that's something we need to try to clear.
And yeah, so today I was actually talking about, where we're going to draw. And I'm going to ask you those questions after Karim comes in, because we need to get the goals. There's no doubt about that. I mean, whatever be the case, we need a win plus goals. And that's what makes our case more complicated.
Let me just make this simple for you. From our analysis, it tells us that in 5 of the 6 groups, there will be third place teams finishing with 4 points.
Yeah.
Is that not it?
Yeah.
In fact, with
In
one of
four
the groups,
one of the 5 groups.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. In 5 out of 6 groups, there will be teams finishing in third place with 4 points. In fact, with one of the groups, we see a team finishing potentially with 5 points.
In third place.
In third place. If they go through, that means there will be 4 teams in third place on 4 points chasing for 3 slots. And in that case, it will come down to goal difference. And that is where I choose point is critical.
And
that just
this is where I'll borrow an adage from the professor of world sport, Azuma Zum Zum Nelson. Go into that ring with your own referee and your own judge, and that is your punch. Go into these games with your A game and your goals, and all of this won't be necessary. Well, Karim.